This doesn't look promising, does it? Alright, there we go, we're all set. I assure you, there is no doubt. Just going to refresh this, make sure it's working properly. Well, they say you can't judge a woman's age by her appearance. Yeah, how old is she? Because she looks younger than me, but apparently she's older. Anyway, you helped me out a lot today, thank you. You did not need to thank me. I only did what I felt like doing. Okay, I'm just waiting on the lag to stop. But that'll happen soon. As soon as the delay catches up with the stream, it should be fine. I've always been a bit too much of a busybody. A very maid-like personality. I wish you could just like gift subs from my phone. That would be so much easier. It wouldn't bugger up the whole stream like that did. Am I still dropping frames? What's going on? I'm not. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here while it sorts itself out. Alright, cool. It's all good again. Yes? She congenially, I think that's the word, congenially, showed me a soft smile. If anything else should arise, you may summon me at any time. No, I don't think there will be anything else. You were supposed to say, I hope we'll get along in the future, or something, even if it's a lie. Aww. Does she want me to pretend that I'm interested even though I'm not? I mean, even though my character's not. If it was unusual, this maid had to be as well. Everyone in the Force and Training Academy had been afraid of me and wouldn't get anywhere near me. Oh, okay. Alicia graciously bowed to two soldiers who had just come in from the meeting as she walked through the halls. The soldiers passed her with relaxed expressions. Ryu Haruna was somewhat different from these men, she thought. He was a young man with a bizarre ambience. He seemed unsociable, but replied honestly when spoken to. He did not really seem like a soldier. But those eyes, that glint in his eyes was not something those who lived an ordinary life would possess. She may have gotten such a terribly unbalanced impression of him due to the fact that his eyes were so out of the ordinary. He's completely different from what I heard. Perhaps one day he will appear before you. Alicia remembered the words she had once been told. Oh, so she's heard about him before, okay. She never once imagined he would actually come to this research facility. Furthermore, that he would be the owner of such dreadful eyes. This was a man who may have lived through unspeakable scenes of carnage. Alicia had seen many soldiers before. She understood just how different Ryu Haruna was. She let out a gentle sigh. The fact that a monster like him had been summoned must have meant that the time had come. What time? It has begun, Sion. Oh, so this is... okay. Where does Sion fall into it? This research facility seemed to have plenty of energetic women. Alicia and Lavi may have been special cases, but those two certainly left an impression. Not worth worrying about. I whispered as I lay on my bed. A fresh smell emanated from the clean sheets. A smell I had forgotten a long time ago. Yet another thing that did not matter. What should be on my mind right now? I guess it was only that man, the Major. No. I came here for an assignment. Thinking of unnecessary things would only hinder my work. As long as I kept my mind on accomplishing the objective, everything would be fine. This was how I always handled my assignments, and it would be best if I continued to do so. Then maybe one day. Warrant Officer Haruna, are you here? The door flung open wildly, along with a piercing knock. Hey, sorry about before. I went into a bit of a daze putting those two idiots through the ringer. You have some blood on your fist. Oh shit. She got into a fight. She's kind of cute though. I got off my bed and put on my coat. Huh? Oh, you're right. How unbecoming of you. She laughed and wiped the blood off her sleeve. Seems you were quite showy about it. It's something of a game we play. This sort of thing happens a lot. This place really was dangerous, wasn't it? So Miss Alicia guided you? That woman really will take good care of anyone. She shouldn't get involved with soldiers though. I agree. Soldiers were creatures which would do anything given a single order from above. We were the same in that we both carried out orders from our superiors. The difference was that military orders usually involved taking lives. But isn't she made here? Isn't she obliged to? Oh, you haven't heard? What? Miss Alicia doesn't serve the soldiers of the research, or the research facility staff. Oh, okay. She seemed to be looking into the distance. Who's she serve then? She has the duty of looking after that person exclusively. Oh, no way! Oh, so she's Shion's maid. Okay. That person? She was here. It wasn't that I doubted the Major. It was just something I couldn't easily believe. So she's really here. Ah, Didi! Ow! She scratched me. I know it's unbelievable. When I heard from the Major after I arrived a year ago, I couldn't believe it right away. But it's true. Our job is to become her shield and die should something happen. She said that without hesitation, as though it were obvious. Shion. Huh. She nodded in silence. It was strange that he would round up someone from the special forces such as myself to defend this facility, but if Shion was here, that changed everything. That explains why I'm here. Well, everything starts tomorrow. We don't have any work today, so let's take it easy. I guess I'll do just that. She was right. There was no need to be so serious. Regardless of who was here, I just had to do my job. If I were told to rest, I'd rest. Oh, that's right. I thought of something good. Huh? In my whole life, I have never heard anything good come after those words. Let's have a welcoming party for you. It'll be good, let's do it. No, wait a second. The dining room is no good. There's a dining room in the basement, but when chow time rolls around, the other guys stumble in. It's just a mess. Everyone ignores their surroundings and smokes up a storm. Alright. Since this is a special occasion, I'll show you the female soldiers' quarters. Don't worry, I'm the highest ranking among the ladies, so nobody will object if I say it's okay. There was no stopping her now. Only a few hours had passed since I first met her, but I'd gotten a handle on her personality for the most part. Okay, I'll take care of the preparations. While I'm doing that, you take care of your luggage and take a shower. And I'm gonna go toilet. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'll also go fill up my water. I've had almost the whole bottle already. Alright, I'm back if any of you still here. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'll take care of the preparations. While I'm doing that, you take care of your luggage and take a shower. And with that, Lavi left the room without waiting to hear my reply. Damn, I guess I've got to go then if she wasn't going to wait for my reply. I guess she was the type that blocked out everything around her once she had her mind set on something. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. She probably wasn't suited to be a commander. Although she had made it all the way to warrant officer, so she was probably still quite capable. I sighed and reached for the bag I had left on the floor. This place is quite a different environment. It looks like days far different. Oh, goodness. It looks like days far different from the military life I've grown accustomed to await me. Yeah, clearly. He's guarding some lady in a mansion or something. As this premonition whirled around my heart, a sinking anxiety began to fester in the back of my mind. Did you know this planet is coming to an end? That's why everyone's leaving. An end? I inquired as I faced the back of the girl loitering in front of me. For a long, long time now, it was something everyone knew, since around the time great-grandfather was born. Great-grandfather? I cocked my head. I didn't even know my grandfather's face, let alone my great-grandfather's. Yes, people knew an into this planet was drawing nearer, long, long before you were born. What will happen once the planet ends? The people, animal, flowers, trees, all of them will die. Does that mean we will as well? I didn't want that. Mum and Dad had already passed on. We were all alone. I wanted to live here with my sister forever. I didn't want to die. There's nothing to be afraid of. Yes, everyone will die. But it's alright. You won't die. But isn't the planet ending? Listen, I'm going to tell you something important. Something very, very important. She didn't turn around. She just kept looking far into the distance, but merely gazing at her back made me feel so sad. People can fight against fate. Humans are creatures which can keep on living, even if they commit a crime or end up running away. An end will invariably come to everything, no matter what it is. However, I believe people are capable of delaying that conclusion for an eternity. Okay, how are we going to do that? I don't really get it. That might have been a little hard for you, I'm sorry. We're going to live, right? You will live. She looked up at the night sky and pointed toward the conspicuous red star. One world's end is another world's beginning. All mankind has set its eyes on the next planet and is beginning its journey. We will go to another planet too? She paused briefly as the wind from the mountains swept over her. There was a silence that lasted for but a moment. She began to walk slowly, the grass crunching beneath her feet. Sis? I want to see the end of the world right here with my own eyes. Oh wow. Is that why I'm still there when everyone else is evacuating the planet? What a nostalgic dream. My heart was beating faster than I expected. I was surprised that such a wistful memory could affect me like this. I couldn't believe I remembered her. I'd forgotten her face, but that gentle voice and the words she left with me still resonated in my heart. I still remember how I was always gazing up in awe at her from behind. I lifted myself from the bed and aimlessly stared at the still unfamiliar wall. It certainly seems like I'll survive if everything keeps going like this, sis. This planet would soon meet its end. It was a given, something everyone knew. It was predicted by scientists over 100 years ago, and mankind steadily made arrangements to escape this fated extinction. The Earth Evacuation Project. That was the name of the Noah's Ark which would save humanity. Mankind sought to construct giant spaceships for the sole purpose of taking everyone off the planet, away from this dying Earth, and to carve out an existence among the stars. When the plan was first drafted, politicians, the masses, they all saw it as nothing more than a fantasy. But humanity executed that exceedingly lengthy plan, and although there were hiccups along the way, the idea of escaping Earth steadily became a reality. At present, the majority of the human race had already left the planet and was sailing into the oceans of the stars. Like my sister had once said, although the planet would end, the history of mankind would likely continue on. Even if not everyone wishes for it. I muttered and I stood up. It may have been because of that dream, but it seemed I was sweating a little. Luckily, this private room had an attached bath and toilet. I had some time before I had to be ready. I guess I'll take a shower. Oh, so you did get up. As expected, it was Warrant Officer Lavi F. Asai who came to get me. Were you able to sleep well? I'm not picky as to where I sleep. However, I could have gotten a few more hours if you had let me leave earlier. It was no laughing matter. Lavi dragged me into the normally off-limits female quarters yesterday. Oh, okay, it didn't show us. Seven or eight other female soldiers gathered into a tiny room and screwed around until late into the night. Yeah, we're gonna have a party or something. Oh well. Simply put, I've never experienced anything more uncomfortable. Okay then, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. I heard my mission was to defend. Are we to be sentries? No way. That's not a job for a warrant officer. We're going to buddy up. By that you mean guarding Shion? Of course. What, you already knew? There was nothing to be surprised about. Guarding VIPs wasn't particularly unusual, even in GAT. I had no experience acting as a guard to anyone as important as Shion, but it probably wouldn't be that different in practice. Then shall we go? Our princess awaits. Pardon the intrusion. Lavi opened the door and yelled in a booming voice. I followed after her and entered the room. Ah, good morning, Lavi, Ryu. Morning, Miss Alicia. Nice and matey again today, huh? Nice and immaculate. What was with their greeting? Oh? Ryu, are you in a bad mood this morning? He's always in a bad mood. He's just a grumpy guy. Not particularly. I shook my head gently. Then you must be sure to give a proper greeting. Promise your big sister that you'll do that from now on. Oh wow, she's getting on my nerves. Yeah, morning. Of course, I'd usually give a normal greeting. I just wasn't sure how to deal with someone as unusual as Alicia. Yes, good morning. I didn't know what in the world she was so happy about, but Alicia was smiling sweetly. Will you be a guard for us from now on, Ryu? Oh, it looks like it. You're Shion's aide, correct? I am her exclusive maid. I see. Was it a particular request from Shion that she serve as something as antiquated as a maid? So, where is the lady of the house? Shion's work area and bedroom are just beyond that door. I noticed there was one other door aside from the entrance that we came through. Yeah, that's where Alicia was standing. But her expression suddenly dimmed. Entry into that room is expressly prohibited. How are we meant to guard her if we can't go into the same room as her? What? Yeah, good question. What? I'm so sorry, but Major and Naba and I are the only ones who may enter her work area. Okay. Are you telling us to guard her without allowing us to check the room or even meet her? Shion does not like appearing before others. I think it is very unlikely that she would come out on her own. I gave Lavi a fleeting glance. She simply gave me a small nod of approval, as though she'd accepted it. I suppose I don't mind. If the person we're guarding is going to stay put, then it'll be easy on us as well. I really am sorry, Ryu. Shion has a bit of selfish side. Alicia's cheerful expression returned quickly yet again, and she gave a small bow. By the way, I haven't met her yet either. That being the case, we just have to keep watch in front of the store. But there are windows in that, aren't there? This certainly does sound like an easy job, just as you said. I have no reason to lie. To tell the truth, I was a bit irked that the person I was guarding wouldn't even introduce herself. But a soldier's job was to obey. By the way, we'll be working 3 shifts when guarding her. As a rule, each shift consists of 2 guards. Just 2? Why so few? I would hope for at least 5 people to deal with any unforeseeable situations. That would be another selfish request of hers. She said she didn't want any more guards than necessary. Well, that certainly is selfish. She's like a princess. That's probably why we referred to her as a princess that morning. She is a princess. Oh, maybe she is, huh? In this place, she's a princess and we're her royal guards, so to speak. She's a bit lacking in class though. You haven't even met her, you can't judge. We could also call her our saviour, but there is the matter of her appearance. So princess is fitting, don't you think? I see. If it were Sion, then a little selfishness would naturally be permitted. The Earth Evacuation Project. She was none other than the mastermind behind the project which saved humanity from destruction. As easy as the work was, it was also tedious. As long as Shion stayed secluded in her room, there was no need for us to move around. All I could do was bring a laptop and read the data on the building I had received yesterday. To make matters worse, my partner seemed quite sleepy and had shown up to her shift exhausted. I wonder why that might be. We were partying all night. What, got a problem or something? Are you serious? Someone's reported your RuneScape account for botting and they won't let you appeal it? Were you botting though? Dude, get in Discord, let's talk. I'll move into general. There you go. That's crazy. What? Got a problem or something? No, we've got to talk about this. Bloody hell. You'll probably hear me say that in like a minute or something. There's a lot of delay right now. What? Got a problem or something? Belligerent to boot. Huh, okay. Not really, there's just nothing to do. Are you done reading the data already? This place is pretty big. You probably can't get a good grasp of the layout just from those rough maps. No, I have the general idea. I'm still going to explore though, because like she said, they are just rough maps. Are you sure? She stared at me blankly. I've had to storm so many buildings in training and combat that it's sickening. All that was left was to physically walk around and find any blind spots in security and confirm the escape routes. It would be best to obtain as much information as possible. You know, you're the second person in my stream who's been reported for botting recently, and been innocent. So, yeah, that's not that great. It's kind of scary. It would be best to obtain as much information as possible. Come to think of it, you used to be in the Special Forces, right? Forgetful people don't get promoted. I don't have any particular desire to work my way up the ladder, so I don't care. Yeah, she seems quite comfortable in the position she's in. She doesn't really come across as much of a leader, so I understand that. That isn't very persuasive coming from someone who's a warrant officer at your age. It wasn't like I planned to get promoted, I just became a warrant officer before I knew it. I'll pretend I didn't notice the sarcasm. Aren't you the same age and rank as me? Lavi wore an antagonistic smile. Come to think of it, what was this woman's backstory? She probably didn't go to a military academy. Did she work her way up from private like I did? Alternatively, she might have persuaded a specialisation at a technical school. At a technical school. At any rate, she made it all the way to warrant officer. What are you brooding over? It's boring. There's nothing else to do but think. There was no point in thinking too much about her personal history, was there? It would be rude to delve into my co-worker's past for no reason. At the very least, she had to be competent enough to have been assigned as Shion's guard. Are you really that bored? You're not? Just sitting around in a place like this? Not at all. Why? Because it's Shion. I could hear the enthusiasm in her voice. What's so important about this Shion chick? A tinge of red was visible in her cheeks, and her eyes glittered like those of a daydreaming little girl. That door is the only thing separating us from Shion. Isn't that kind of amazing? Well, it's certainly not ordinary. The name Shion was special to every human living in this era, not just Lavi. About 100 years ago, an unfamiliar red star appeared in the sky, and around the same time, a solitary scientist announced that this planet would be destroyed by a massive, unavoidable disaster in 100 years. The end of the world. At first, everybody scoffed and treated it like an unfounded delusion, but before long, scientists around the world verified it to be the truth. The horrible news came at a time when international relations were already tense from food and resource disputes. The added desperation for from a world-ending disaster was enough to trigger a world war. Nobody knows who fired the first missile. The populace, thirsty for blood, had long since forgotten the details. Vengeance gave birth to more malice and kept the fires of the Bog War burning for a long, long time. When mankind awoke from its collective insanity, half of our global population was dead and buried. Mankind had almost annihilated itself ahead of schedule. At the end of the Great War, all of the countries of the world merged into the unified government, and one magnificent endeavour was launched: the Earth Evacuation Project. And the one who was created to be a guide for that plan was the Supreme Felix, Shion. The Supreme PewDiePie. She's a genius among geniuses. I can't imagine actually being in a position where I have an opportunity to see her with my own eyes. You're quite a dreamer when something's on your mind. Well, even when I was a little girl, at one point. You two sound like you're having a lot of fun. Oh, we just got interrupted by the sexy maid. What's she want? We looked up at the same time. Alicia was standing there holding herself a tray. Would you like to take a short break and have some tea? Oh, she's so sweet. It felt like we had been taking a break the whole time, but I kept that to myself and we decided to take her up on her offer. I was sadly ignorant and could not discern the blend of the tea, but with a single sip I could tell that the black tea was delicious. Ah, the tea you make is wonderful as always. It always melts straight to your core. How kind of you. I silently sipped my tea as I listened to the conversation between the two girls. Surprisingly enough, it appeared Alicia was quite capable as a maid, not just in form, but function as well. If you're pleased with this tea, I can make it for you anytime. Consider it an on-the-job service call. Oh, that's so sweet of her. It must be the fault of my unrefined military upbringing, but hearing the words on-the-job service call from a maid's mouth felt obscene. I'm so glad I got assigned to this unit. I bet you are. I wouldn't mind that job either, that seems awesome. You seemed kind of displeased just sitting there earlier, so how about now? The tea is delicious, but it doesn't detract from the boredom. No. Oh, did you join the military to starve off boredom? Something like that. By the way, you two seem to have been talking about Shion earlier. Alicia certainly did things her own way. Who wouldn't be curious in this situation? We're so close, it feels like she might be able to hear us. Shion is currently working, so she would not so much as hear a gunshot right now. Her ability to concentrate is extraordinary. That's dangerous. What she said startled me. Even if she had an impregnable guard, she still needed to be able to rely on herself. Okay, I'm going to end the stream there for now because the autosave thing just popped up. And I'm not ending the stream, I'm just ending the this game. I'm going to move on and play some RuneScape. But yeah, the autosave just popped up. I've been playing it for about probably a bit over an hour, so that makes a reasonable length YouTube video. I'll be uploading that in a bit. And yeah, I'm going to switch over and play some RuneScape if anyone wants to join in.